is it's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Carried by number 22.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's
I need to get my
intercepted.
swag right there.
Picked off at the 21, and he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity? Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and throw for it here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control.
And he's in. Front Eagle. With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers. For 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
22.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
38-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The tackle made.
So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He was taken
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
37-yard line.
12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
12. Cowboys nothing.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The line of scrimmage. A loss of 2. Brings up
now a handoff here to his running back.
At the
The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
You know they
picked off at the 22, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
on for the point after.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Taken in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The down drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.